what's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode, another different episode. We'll explain just a little bit of Relentless Traumas.
Relentless Traumas.
We got your boy Jay the Bird,
Hey,
RT the Skull,
yay.
and Sam the Captain reporting for Booty Baby.
One and only, baby.
Still working on it.
Anywho, guys,
Yep.
like always, not only is he one of the most trustiest psychics, right?
Can't really depend on him, but
Right. Yeah, but so psychics, they don't come out in every episode, but they
Right.
come out,
Rarely,
right? And people still love them. Aaron King, everybody.
Sup, fam?
hip, you know. Hip.
Oh, he's a hipster, dude.
He's
What's up, fam?
he's with the youngs, you know.
Yeah, I was like,
the youth's
the youth of this generation.
language, you know. He knows their
Wow,
language. He
the
knows how to speak
lingo.
like one of the youth.
But yeah, guys, today's pot. Today's
Yo,
it's kicking in.
Canceled.
I see. Today's pot is kicking in. Today's episode
20 Blaze
gives me the chills. I couldn't sleep last night. ¿Me entiendes?
You know, Jay, I was thinking about it because it just happened that we did a live
Right.
last Thursday.
Right.
And, you know, we were speaking to some people. Shout out to
Daisy,
Forever Jen,
Forever Jen, Giselle Lopes,
Giselle Lopes, Betty.
Berenice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Also, you guys familiar with her here in the pod?
Right.
We had Lou, something like that. Shoot, I can't remember how to.
But we
Anywho.
were having a conversation, you know, we were going back and forth, and it just happened that we came up with the topic that, you know, the ladies sometimes feel a little unsafe
Yeah, being a woman has to be.
because they see a man with, they said, when you're wearing sandals with socks, boom,
Yeah.
clue number one.
Right, so this is what, right? They go to the grocery store, and they were asking me and Sam, how can we identify potential creepiness, right?
Or
a
the
potential creep.
Gym, grocery store,
At the
anywhere, to
gym.
be honest.
So we didn't come up with this, right? This was our viewers, our traumatizer familia. And we were just saying that if you're wearing sandals, not just sliders,
Not
sandals,
slides.
right? Not slides, pero
I don't even know what those
I
are
don't know,
called. dude.
mandals. What are they called?
I call them mandals.
thongdals,
Yeah.
thongdals, right? Because they go right in between your toes. Okay, guys, and you're wearing socks.
Wearing socks.
Right? Because guys, listen, those were not invented for you to go out and do stuff. Those were invented so you can try to cool off in your house, to go to the pool because you don't want to get your shoes wet because sandals will dry fast, right? To go to the beach.
The other ones too, where it's like a shoe with holes. You know what I mean? Like they're brown, but they have like holes everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Like they use them to go like camping and crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're brown. I've never seen black ones.
Right.
They're always brown. They wear white socks with them.
Always wear white
Almost
socks for some
to-
reason. See, it's como un guarache, but
It's como un guarache.
in like it's threaded some weird way.
They didn't cut their nails. Right.
In their hands.
Their hands.
Yeah.
And they have dirt.
Ah,
A little yellow looking,
qué
to be
duro.
honest. Might have a little bit of
Qué
a fungus
duro.
situation.
Looks
going on.
like they work on their car, and they never really clean their hands.
Of course, body odor. Like you don't even have to think about it, right? It's already, you know. We started talking about it, and you're like, you can smell the body odor already.
Yeah, normally smells like somebody is cooking onion, right? Normally smells like somebody is.
Smells like they never knew that deodorant was invented, right?
Yeah.
Also, I think you could tell by every time you turn around, they're looking at you.
Oh, hey, I said it. Dude, Aaron's on it. Aaron is on it, right, guys? Because remember I told Forever Jen, right? Forever Jen, because he said, you'll never forget me, right? Can't forget Forever Jen. Said, dudes, what's another clue? I said, dude, if that person, you go to a different aisle, right? Because you're like, you know what? I need to buy Twinkies. Although, might not be as popular as they used to be. And they're there. Okay, well, let me go get some tortillas. And they're there.
Yeah.
Yo.
And yet nothing in their hands, you know.
Yeah.
Except for, you know, the most random thing of all time, a rope, you know. Hey, we're Walgreens guy. Where'd you get rope from? You know what I'm saying? duct tape. you know?
Yeah.
At the mercado, duct tape.
Yeah. Surgical gloves.
Damn. Just 3 boxes of like the 300 bags of garbage bags.
See,
You know what I mean?
see. Garbage bag.
Shit, no, man.
Dude. So, normally either they have a shirt. It's so
You
dirty.
can see the sweat
Yeah. From
Right.
not from that day.
in the neck and in the right here.
You
look,
can
yeah.
tell they've been sweating on
Now-
that shirt.
Are they wearing shorts or are they wearing pants? You tell me, right? You tell me. You saw this person, and you tell me what they're wearing.
What were they guys? Were they wearing shorts, or did you think, oh, those are a nice pair of Wranglers? Right?
Now, do they go like? Do they go like that? Yes, dude, they go like that, right? Are they drinking something? No, they're just staring at you.
Jesus, que duro, eh? Normally have nappy long hair.
Yeah.
Going bald.
You can't. You hasn't been washed or hasn't been washed.
You
know
can't.
what I mean?
Yeah, you're not. You don't know.
Ooh,
let's go. A little something,
Ah,
something from
ah,
the end.
from the gods. The syndrome from the gods. Ah.
Oh, God juice, they call it also.
Sorry about that, guys. I left for a second. Yeah, dude. So we were talking about that. You have to be able to see the signs.
Right, you gotta see the signs. You gotta be meaning women and men too, obviously. But let's be honest. There's more, and this is the reason why. There's more men that attack women than men, right? Because not a lot of women attack men, or men attack men at the grocery stores or stuff like that. But there is more men that attack women, so that's why our shout out is, hey, women, you guys need to be extra careful, right? Extra identifying the creep. And now, this is the thing. You can't go around, creep, right? We can't do that, guys.
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend.
Hey, ma'am, I have a boyfriend.
Right.
You dropped your bag.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, no, girls and
No, be
guys.
safe.
Girls and guys,
Yeah, everyone in general.
We include everybody here. Be careful.
We include everyone, so even the creep, dude, be careful, no?
Yeah, creep. Make sure you get yourself a good victim, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
You know?
Well, you could get, you
Get
never know.
somebody who can't fight back, you might get hurt.
You might get hurt too.
Jeez.
Okay, duro. Pero no, yeah, guys, be
Dark.
safe. To our traumatizers who keep interacting with us and following our movement on social media, dudes, thank you.
Thank
right?
you so much.
Appreciate
Shout out
you.
to all
Shout
of those
out.
who were in our last live. It was an amazing time.
Amazing
Hope to
time,
see
guys.
you guys next time as well.
Also, thank you to our new subscribers on YouTube, guys.
Thank
Don't
you very much,
forget, you're
guys.
here now, right? You just happen to scroll on this. Okay, subscribe real quick, guys. Right? It's free. That's the beauty of social media.
That's the beauty of it. Free, and it helps us.
But yeah, guys. Anywho, last night,
Last
right? I was
night.
tired. I was preparing my last details for today's episode, which is, by the way, going to be amazing. Stay tuned.
Dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Guys, I was sleeping, and then I hear this stumbling noise, this knocks, like, pero not like, right? Not like that, no, like crazy knocks. The door handle, and I'm like, oh, I happen to be. Usually, guys, I have trouble sleeping.
Right.
This last couple days, I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if when I just started working out, so that could be also a factor that I'm
Right.
working out more, release more stress, feel more tired by the time I go to sleep. But I've been knocked out. And I was telling my brother Aaron, right?
It has
because-
nothing to do with being like 50 years old.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no. It has nothing to do with the extreme amounts of caffeine that I drink during the day, right?
Because I mean, I've been getting. The older I get, the sleepier I get. Guys.
Que duro, eh?
In the middle of the day, just
It's crazy because now I understand.
Yeah,
Now
I-
it's like,
you eat
Oh.
a cookie.
well, before, no, I would look at the older people like,
Yeah.
look at this guy wasting his time sleeping. And now I'm like,
now you understand why you would turn off the TV and you're. I was watching that even though
yeah, you're
asleep
like
for 2
"Oh."
hours.
You're like, oh, my mom, déjale, let me.
Now
get rid
you're
of that."
you watching something and you're with the phone like this,
Ah,
holding
sí.
it. Holding it.
I see.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, I was knocked out. I start hearing these noises. I wake up, and on my first thought was, my kids are making too much noise upstairs. Let me text these guys to keep it down because we're trying to get some sleep. At the same time, my brother Aaron said he heard his phone, the alarm go off. The
Ring.
what was it? The ring. We've been having a couple incidents by our property. with some guy. It's the same guy, some random ass dude, mumbling words in the middle of the night. And earlier too, you said he's been.
In pig Latin.
Yeah, trying to open the door.
Oh,
In pig Latin.
that's scary, dude. Imagínate. So he comes, hangs out at our front patio. Usually we're not there, so we can't even do anything about it. So this message is for you.
Subscribe.
See, subscribe to the channel first, right, before you get locked up, dude.
Yeah.
Pero last night he knocked on the windows, dude.
Nah.
So he tried to open up. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I grabbed my security device. I get up, and I could see him walking through my windows in my room, and he's mumbling something. But it kind of sounded like my nephew. Because I have a nephew, Aaron's son, whose voice is deeper than everyone at the house. Right? Aaron's wife's voice is pretty deep, but deeper than that.
Yeah.
And I see him, and I'm sacado de onda. I'm like, because my kids and my nephews, they go play basketball late at night for some reason. For 2 seconds, I was like, oh, okay. And I got up. But then that's when the individual walked through my windows towards the back. So I was like, okay, well, he's not. What the hell? I was confused. I get up, and then as I'm walking out of my bedroom, I see him stop at one window right in our living room. And he's knocking and saying, like, hey, come on, don't be an asshole, let me in. But with the voice, like, about to start crying. So what I do is I open the whole cortinero, right? So me and him can have eye contact. And I point my security device at him, right? So he knows that I have a security device, right? Hey, this is security, guy. And I'm like, I think you got the wrong house. And it was so dark that he kind of like leaned in, which freaked me out a little bit because it looked like he wasn't all there. I don't know if drunk, high. The good thing he saw it, he took off running. So I started telling him in the morning, and he's like, oh, yeah. He woke up, looked in the camera, saw the guy, blah, blah, blah. Went down there because I went back in my room, and I thought, no, I'm not going to be able to sleep all night. At this age, you go to sleep, guy, you know?
I'm not going to.
Out. I started to text Aaron, like, we should check out the... Just gone, you know? Pero, yeah, that's been happening. Aaron keeps telling me that, he's been coming. This is not the first time. Yeah. So, damn, dude. I'm
just let him in. You know, maybe he's just trying to visit you. Good.
Yeah. We open it. It's somebody we actually know. Pobrecito, struggling.
Nah, but that's crazy.
Oh,
that's
crazy
scary.
stuff. It's scary stuff.
Dude.
Especially right now, no?
Yeah, dude.
Definitely
be weary, guys.
Be alert, guys.
Careful.
Be alert. Me and Aaron are already talking to our family members, coming up with a strategy and a plan.
Lock all the doors.
Windows.
Hey, put the curtains, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you can't, because when they can see inside, they'll, mira aquí.
That's an advantage for them.
Cover. Don't let anybody see
The good thing is, I sleep downstairs, so that's good. I could be, not the guinea pig or nothing like that, but I could be the
watchdog.
Yeah, the watchdog. Yeah, I could be the first one to, and I usually awake with any little noise and stuff, so that's pretty good.
Today's episode, guys. Guys, really quick. This is our comedy podcast, right? This is our comedy podcast.
Correct.
This is what we like to do, right? We like to laugh, have a good time, dance a little bit,
hopefully entertain you a little bit,
entertain you guys. But we also like to try different things, as you guys have seen in previous episodes. We do a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Maybe one day we might focus on one subject more than the others, but for now we've been doing a lot of variety. We're hoping that you guys can tell us what you like the most.
Yep.
But this is a subject that I feel like a lot of people are into. I know Aaron got into it. For sure, I know Jay's been into it.
Yes.
I wasn't too into it, but I've been more into it lately with my girlfriend telling me to, watch some of these docs with her. But today's episode, we're going to be going into the deep minds. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go ahead and explore,
guys,
some murder cases that happened in Arizona, I believe.
Specifically.
And, it's a serious subject. It's not
right.
It's not something to laugh about. Murder,
Correct.
obviously, is not something to laugh about. So
Don't
it might
do
get
it.
a little serious. It might be a little bit more of a serious episode, the note of seriousness. We try to keep it light still, though, because that's what we're about.
Yeah, don't forget, right? When you're watching the episode, and don't be like, wow, these guys are playing around. We're not playing
you guys
around.
are
It's
really
just,
gonna-
this is a comedy podcast.
It is a
Or
comedy
comedy
podcast.
base, we can call it.
Expect for us to be trying.
comedy.
And we do it for you guys, right? Because we're trying to keep it entertaining.
Because trust me, I'm scared. No,
Right.
I'm scared. I'm nervous.
It is sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
Oh, it is sad.
100%.
Yo sí I was doing my research, guys, y andaba agüitadito.
I've never seen a docuseries where you don't go,
Fuck.
how lucky am I right now? Because that is crazy. It's
Yeah.
super sad, you know, that
Yeah, dude,
happens.
yeah.
So guys, yeah, please, you know, forgive us if you find anything.
We do not mean,
but we do not
yeah,
mean
we do
anything
not
by it.
mean it to offend or disrespect any of the families or the victims by vice
In
versa,
any way,
right?
shape, or
R.I.P. R.I.P.
We take it,
I'm glad that some of these cases is done deal. People can rest in
Right.
peace. Family members can at least, obviously we can never get our people back, but at least a little bit of justice, right? So let's
In
jump
Arizona.
into the obvious, right? We all love shows like The First 48.
Right.
Ding ding. In the first 48 hours, Detective John Smith, right?
Right.
We all love, ¿cuál es el otro?
And his partner, Enrique Rodolfo, you know.
See, there's always the,
It's always like a white guy with a.
there's always that yeah,
Latino.
is it just me or the white guy always looks like he hasn't really gotten any sleep, right? He comes in with the coffee, tie not really done all the way, looks a little rough, and then they put in the Latino hair, slick back, a little chunky, suited up. What is that? Is it like a stereotype of a detective?
But they both look alcoholics, you know.
Yeah, you can tell they both heavy on the bottle.
There's Law and Order. También.
Law and Order,
Dun, dun,
great
dun,
episode.
dun, dun.
One of my favorite series was Dexter.
Oh, Dexter was a
insane.
good
I
one.
feel like those who like Dexter because.
And the Edge. no?
Literally,
Mira,
on the
I'll
edge.
tell you this, right? So I love the psychology part of trying to understand people, right? In a psychological way is what I meant to say. I like the part of understanding people in a psychological way. And during this exploration of murders, I decided to look into more of the psychological and mental evaluation of what a killer even is, right? Someone that decides I'm going to end things for people. Unfortunately, I discovered that my own brother, Aaron, has all...
I mean, okay, all the signs.
all the signs are there, right?
He fit
Uh,
all of the.
You fit all the stereotyping characteristics. Oh.
Jeez.
Qué duro,
Luis,
qué duro.
Papa.
Pero one thing can be said,
Mm.
and you tell me if we can agree on these. I felt like the more research I did, all these people have one common denominator, and that is an abusive childhood.
Mm.
Qué duro, qué triste. Qué triste because that brought me to think, so in the future, like, let's say if I had a rough childhood, abusive childhood,
It sounds like the story you're bringing is gonna include some abusive childhood.
I mean, it's part of it.
Oh.
But I'm saying it got me thinking, like, shoot, if I had a rough upcoming and an abusive childhood,
Yep.
am I more likely to be a murderer? I don't want to be one, right? Like, I don't because like a lot of you know, and I've said it here. I've been a troubled. Man, I was a troubled teen. I didn't really have a bad upcoming.
Nah, nada que ver.
Do you think it's an abusive childhood, or because a lot of people have abusive childhoods and still come out doing good, no?
Right.
Exactly.
Or is it people that shape their head into believing that they're the center of the universe and they're super selfish? So if it's not their way, it can't be anybody else,
Right.
or they have to be in control and things like that. Where
Yeah,
just
I mean,
selfish.
I think there is a lot of factors that go into becoming a murderer.
I think between the both of you, it's obvious that it's a choice,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
It's that easy. It's a
Mhm.
choice because just
100%.
like Aaron said, there are people that get abused and they triumph. There
Right.
are people that become, very successful in all the
And they
the
use
ways.
that trauma to
Yeah, exactly.
push.
That's what I'm saying. They become very successful in every way possible. They have their families and they have very loving families
Correct.
because they went through something so bad that they're like, I'm never gonna allow that
Correct.
to happen to my family. So they use that in a positive way.
Right.
Entonces, I believe that it is a
You know what?
a choice.
Scoot up a little bit. They're like 2 centimeters from. Okay, but yeah, I think it's a choice for sure.
It's a choice, and that's where how would you be able to pinpoint when that choice happens?
Right, and that's what drives me crazy.
Because when does the person say, como dices tú, I'm now going to go to the next, I'm
Next
across the line.
level.
It's time.
Yeah,
How? How does your brain go from, it's impossible. Because I think, how would I ever take somebody, even when I think about, for example, you were telling the story about how they broke into your home,
Yeah.
and I told my story a while back ago about how they broke into my home.
Oh, scary.
And I remember when I had to draw my what were you calling it?
Security device.
Security deposit. Um, security device. I in my head, even though you think how is it possible you think all these things
Right.
during a few seconds, right?
Scenarios are flying.
But you really do go through all these things
Yeah.
in your head. And I remember thinking like, because there were the two young children in our house, and I was like, am I really gonna have to hurt somebody here?
Oh, man.
And there's gonna be splatter
Right.
everywhere in this house, and now we're gonna live in a house where somebody went through that,
Right.
and also I'm gonna have to live with knowing that
how are you gonna feel?
I did that to somebody, you know, and it's crazy because I didn't even I didn't even confront the guy. Nothing even happened, and yet
Right.
just by the thought of it,
Right.
it was an extreme thought where I was like, it's impossible.
Right.
It hurts
It,
my soul to even think about doing something like that.
it might even like something.
Even though they're the ones breaking into my house,
Right,
and they're
correct.
putting my family in.
And
it.
it could even put this thought in your head, which it did to me in one time when I was getting robbed. Is damn. O sea, I am in a situation where hurting someone would be technically excused, and yet I'm not sure if I can even do that. So it's like you're saying, at what point does someone snaps? Does someone's brain? Because look, I try to
Kit Kat, you know?
think, what is a hard decision that I've made that I said I'm gonna do it still, and I tried to say, well, I cheated before, right? And I said that was hard because I didn't think I was a cheater.
Literally, or
It was hard during the Qué duro. Qué duro. No, but let me clarify something. No, it's not the time you accuse me. That's not it. This is a different time, okay? No, I gotta make sure that they're watching right now. Like, I knew it.
and they're gonna stop it right there,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna watch the rest.
No,
I
keep
knew
watching.
It. They're gonna text you. I knew it.
See.
Put it in the comments if
See,
If you
it's
knew it.
not, that was not it. That wasn't the time, okay? Oh, and
no, that was a different one.
yeah.
Woo!
Yes. You know? No, but I was trying to think because that's something difficult. You have to make a decision that's gonna hurt someone, but at the same time, for some reason, you're being driven to do it. And I was trying to think. At what point did I said?
So it is kind of like how Aaron said. It is driven by selfishness, then,
Right, by
Because why do you
selfishness. Mhm.
cheat? Why do you
cheat at that moment, and
Because you want it, right? You want that,
Yeah.
so you cheat because it's
yeah,
something that
you
wanna
wanted
do.
it at the moment, even though you knew you can't do this.
So
you
you're
don't,
willing to hurt the other person because it's something that you want.
because all reason tells you, damn, I don't want to hurt that
Yeah,
person.
you do it selfishly,
Mhm.
but then you excuse it by blaming other people.
Blaming things around you. Que duro.
Yep.
God, dude. God, man.
You know?
So how do you do something so bad
Yep.
and move on, dude?
And I think this is obviously just my personal thought. I think that's when I don't know if you would call it the mind, the spirit, something, whatever
Right.
you want to call it, your psyche, right?
Ooh.
Breaks
Yeah.
because I've seen it a lot where it's like in my case too that I'm gonna be talking about where there's somebody in the beginning
Yeah.
and then when things transpire, they become somebody else.
Wow.
You can tell like they're not the same person that they were. In the
Even
beginning.
their physical look changes.
Even their physical look changes.
I'm there with you.
And so I feel like once they break that limit, maybe it's like a thing that we're born with as humans. Como que once you break that barrier, and not in self defense, not in when you break it, knowing that you're
Yeah.
doing something right, evil,
You pushed it.
which is
and-
going to take somebody's right.
Yeah.
It changes your spirit. It changes. It's almost like you're no longer a human. It's
Dang.
kind of like that. And
Dang.
so I feel like that's kind of how they continue living,
Right.
almost as if they're no longer a human. Now there's something else.
Yeah.
And so that's who they're living as now.
Their reality changes.
Their reality changes.
Dang.
Everything changes for them.
Now, right before we jump into our cases, do you believe, like I've been struggling with this thought, do you believe that when somebody unalives another person, they should be given an opportunity to try to rehabilitate, or do you believe they should also get the same? Like you took somebody's light, let's call it.
Right.
You unalive someone, so you deserve the same. And I've been struggling because at first,
hard,
right?
yeah.
At first, I was like, dude, if you have the heart and the guts and
Yeah.
the spirit of unaliving someone, you don't deserve to be here no more. You are a threat, right? Because now there is someone that has proven that they will do it. And not caring for those people at all, or anyone else for all we know, because they're not even caring about their own family, about their own feelings, little alone about the person they hurt, little alone about the people they're going to hurt altogether. But then, too, I thought to myself, well, if we think that way now, does that also put us in that category of now we're going to unalive someone because we think they're not good enough to be alive anymore? Oh,
It's a hard moral question porque you think, right? You go like this. Nah, well, maybe everybody deserves a second chance, and nah, that's maybe just life in prison.
right. Never let them be in.
But
in
I'll tell you what.
population.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I put myself in somebody's shoes. If somebody unalived my kids, I know that there's no way I would stop myself.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And
Correct.
if there is a chance to have them penalized, right, to death row or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, 100%
Yeah.
immediately. And why hasn't it been done already?
Correct. I'll be at the courts like, hey,
So it's hard because you do want to be merciful and you want to be like, nah, that's crazy. But at the same time, it's like if I know that if something happened to me like that with any of my family members or anybody close to
Yeah.
me, I would immediately, my thing would be like, nah, let's get rid of this person. Immediately.
Doesn't deserve this anymore. Yeah, because that
hard,
was
dude.
always my thought in the beginning, and after thinking about it, that's where I stood. At, unfortunately, I said, well, unfortunately, let me think about it. If I did it to someone, those people are never gonna. They might be like, dude, I don't wish you like. If I'm religious, I don't need you to go to hell or nothing. But I do think that you don't deserve to be here anymore, right? Because you unalive someone, you shouldn't be allowed to also be here still.
And I mean, and just to be more specific, we are talking about people that did it with the intent, right?
Correct,
Because
yeah,
there's
actual
accidents,
murders.
there's people, other stuff that happens. But we're talking about the people who are literally,
Como se dice, premeditated.
yeah, the people that actually did it on purpose. Yeah, dude, I really want to be like, nah, pues es que everybody deserves a second
Right.
chance, get redemption, everything. But when I put myself in the shoes of a victim who that happens to, it's like,
And then too, when you
how do you say, yeah, be merciful, even though they took away my.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then too, if you do your research, I think it's like a good 80%, if not higher, of the people that have been gone to jail 15 years later, they do it again. They do it again, and a lot of people think, man, this could have been avoided, Bueno, pues with all that said, guys, right? Again, remember, RIP to the people and the victims of our cases we're gonna bring up, man.
Yeah. All respect to
all
them.
respect
We
as
just
they
want
deserve.
to-
Two things. I heard this quote from this journalist, which I liked, which was, "I want to make sure people. I want to raise awareness, and with this, no matter how I go about it, it's a way to remember, right? Those victims. It's a way to remember, for them to stay in our thoughts and our hearts. And I liked it. I was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I like it. I like the fact that we can still think about them and say, hey, justice was served, or dude, regardless, he's not gonna win. He didn't erase you from this. We remember. So I like
Yeah.
that little quote.
Yeah, I like it.
Anywho, let's jump into the greedy needy. All right, guys. So I picked a very particular case. Okay,
Case number uno.
So I had to write notes, guys, because pues as you guys have
Dude,
heard,
we're old, guy. How do you know we're old? When you use
no
paper and pen,
I brought this pen. Some of you might say, "What the?" But this is my good friend. Gave me his pen. My friend Ken Lamb. He's a realtor. This older gentleman, really cool dude.
It's a nice
just wanted to
pen,
bring
too.
it. It's a nice pen.
pen.
Yeah, from his own business. And
Is
he
that
gave it to
a
me.
stylus or is that an eraser?
It's a stylist.
It's a stylus.
That's the ones for the screen, man.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is. I knew it. I just wanted to make sure.
And me, so I bought my son this pen, and I had bought. When I went to Italy. I bought my kids. We went to this like kids store,
Oh,
and they have like a bunch of these little like
gadgeties.
gadget kind of things where it's like a lot of school stuff but
Ooh.
other stuff too. And it's a cool little
Shop.
store, yeah, a cool little
Nice.
shop. And they had stuff for school. And I bought my son this panda pen because he loves pandas.
Oh, it looks cool.
It says "Hug me." It's a pen that erases. So it's an eraser.
Way.
And it's a regular pen, so you can use it and erase with it. And I bought him this one. Now I have bought myself one too,
Yeah.
but mine was all black. It was a cat. and I thought it was cool, so I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take this one for myself. And then when I came, I told my son, I got you this panda one. But I got myself this cat one. I mean, you could just go ahead and choose. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna choose the panda one because he loves
Right.
pandas, like me.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm gonna take the cat one. And I was like, well, that was
Qué
fine,
duro.
right? But you
Sí.
do anything for your kids, so you let them take all your stuff that you want, right? That
Sí.
you wish you had.
My pen.
So now I'm the one with the panda one, which I don't mind because I love
It is
pandas.
cool-
It looks a
is
little
cool
kid
pen.
looking pen, but I don't mind it.
It's a cool pen.
But yeah, anyways, that's the story of behind this pen.
All right, guys. So for my murder, this murder got the nickname the Zombie Hunter.
My God.
The Zombie Hunter, guys. Now keep this in mind. Our murders are local, right? We are in Arizona,
Yes.
but this particular guy
Mm.
was way closer to me than I expected. Way closer.
Your
Too
twin.
close,
It was
dude.
your twin.
It was me. Dude, upon research, go to find out that this guy lived on 35th Avenue in Dunlap. Guys, when I was married, I lived in 35th Avenue in Dunlap. By the canals.
Your neighbor.
This guy was a neighbor, dude, right?
You guys barbecued,
Oh my God, it got me. I was like, wait. What?
For all you
So,
know, this guy, yeah, you were his next victim.
For
Literally on his notes, he put,
yeah,
Mexican-looking guy.
Little, and his notes, and when they read his notes, it was little shorts,
El
tight
vato.
booty guy.
Hey, yo,
Well,
what the hell?
okay. El
El,
homie.
el pájaro.
Oh, that. El pajarote.
I like that one.
They found on his notes que decía, ¿qué pajarote?
Nah.
No, okay. Well, this guy, okay, now this is the crazy part. 1992. Phoenix, Arizona.
No, wait, 1992? 1 year after I was
1992.
born?
Exactly,
Damn.
brother. Which we happened to be in California in 1992, which was good for me. Not so good for this guy, right?
Eesh.
Ugh. 1992, Phoenix, Arizona, Sunny Slope area, Phoenix area over here by the, if you guys are familiar, the canal on 35th in Peoria. It runs through there. It goes through the Metro Center area. Guys, this guy lived around the Peoria area, Peoria and 35th, right by the canals. And back in 1992, the canals, guys, were a very popular trail, right? The canal runs long.
I thought you were going to say a very popular swimming spot, and I was like, damn.
No, qué duro, because you do not want to swim in those canals,
me,
guys.
trust me. You're
Some-
gonna...
I see some of you fishing, and I'm like,
Well,
I don't think you want to fish there.
it's going to taste a bit nutty.
but yeah, so in 92 it was like people actually, and I've heard from reports that 20 to 30 people at the same time are riding their bikes because it was a popular jogging area. And in 1992, this guy, dude, lived around that area, right? And this is the thing, he was kind of popular at the time.
They're always popular.
Dude, it's a
Hey,
way
why
how
are they always
hide
popular,
things.
guy?
Dude, a popular local celebrity.
Nah.
I hate this guy, bro. This guy, which is, and you'll see the picture of him, a weird, strange-looking dude, right? Kind of normal. Like you said, they go through a transformation, right? And they start looking weird. But this guy, what he did was he created a costume, bought himself a nice old cop car, one of those Crown Victorias,
Nah.
and made a character called the Zombie Hunter. And he would dress up in a mask and a trench coat with a cool looking gun. His car was decked out with blood and zombie style stuff. And when there was like parades and stuff, he would come. And people would actually be like, oh, cool, take pictures. And he
Right.
would seem like a superhero.
Nah.
So much that he was considered a local celebrity.
Right.
People would take pictures.
Sounds cool.
He would take pictures with police officers. Right? Because there would be police officers at the parades and stuff like
For
that.
sure.
Like there was the zombie walk, I believe, a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
yeah. I
Remember
feel
that
I
one?
remember that, yeah.
Okay, he was a big shot there, right? Because he was a zombie
Obviously.
hunter. So yeah, and I remember the zombie hunter now, like in 2015. I remember like the whole thing that it was a thing. I feel, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I saw him at a fall festival, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. But, dude, I feel like it. That's why I was like, wait, this is crazy. This guy is someone that a lot of people know, not very popular himself, right? The character, the zombie killer, was popular. But not very popular himself, guys. Now, I had to make a whole bunch of notes real quick, and I'm going to fly through them, but this is what happened, dude. Angela Brasso, first victim. Angela Brasso, guys, at the time 21, okay? This is the saddest part. That day that she was unalived was in a matter of hours, she was going to turn 22. It was her birthday, basically. Her and her boyfriend lived around that area, around the Metro Center area. She decided, which again, this in 92 was not something that was abnormal. This was normal for people to say, okay, I'm going to go for my bike ride, right? I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to jog around the canal. It was normal, especially what they call the golden hour, which in Arizona, if you know, that's when the sun is just right there. And that's why our flag, we see our flag with the star and the light beams. That's how it looks. So it wasn't something that like her boyfriend could have been, wait a minute. Mija, it's dangerous. Don't do that. No. It was perfectly normal for people to go around that time to go out and ride their bikes. So she decides to go out for a quick, exercise. And Angela Brasso, dude, goes out, and then her boyfriend at the time pues, is waiting. And because he said he would normally go with her, but he decided, I'm going to stay behind. I'm going to say I don't feel too good. And I'm going to bake her a cake. Surprise her. Pues it's her birthday. And that's why I was like, oh, you bastard. So he says, well, she should have been back. Gets on his bike and knows the trail. Goes out. And at first he says, pues I'm going to look for her. I'll run into her and be like, hey, come home, blah, blah, blah. We'll finish together. Pero he's like, I go 3 times around our path and I can't nowhere to be found. He's panicking, calling friends, calling her mom, everyone. Like, have you seen her? Decides to call the cops. The cops are searching all night. Finally, the next morning, they find the body. This is the creepiest part, though. They find the body with no head. With no head, guy. Just the torso, dude. In the bottom of the canal.
Chale. What a nightmare.
Dude.
What a nightmare.
Horrible, because now you're like, getting murdered, one of your family member unalived, it's already bad, right? You're already like, no, why would you take someone from me? But knowing that they went through something has to be heartbreaking, has to be insane. So this guy does that, and then 10 days later, guess what a fisherman finds in the canal?
Fish.
Bloop, 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 bloop. The head of Angela.
Oh, mean.
The head. Which
The
means
same canal?
the same canal. Just a little. Well, they found the body, and my bad, I made a mistake. They found the body on a field close to the canal. They found the head in the canal.
Oh, okay.
That's my bad. Because you know how the canals here, they run, and then they have those bridges, and they have those stoppers right there where all the trash collects. Right there. Sad, dude. So this was the craziest part, though, where it became something serious. Was the head was almost perfectly preserved. So they are the police now, or the investigators are like, wait a minute, we got something, because it wasn't a murder or an attack, a gruesome attack.
Right.
No.
One and done.
Right. Now we can tell this guy actually took it home, preserved it. Only God knows what he did with it, because obviously this guy is a sick bastard.
Right.
Because the body was also assaulted. Right? So now they're thinking, wait a minute, we have a sexually motivated a murder, which is dangerous, right? Because this guy is here to hurt people. Anywho, speeding it up, not too long, just a couple months go by, and it happens again. A 17-year-old guy, so barely starting in life, dude, barely starting in life, from Arcadia High School, which, not a fun fact, but a fact, is where Steven Spielberg went to high school. Because he's from here. I don't know if you guys knew. So everyone described her as a very joyful, very outgoing person into studies and trying to
Full of life.
full of life,
Ready to go.
full of life,
Yeah.
especially at that age, at 17, where you're starting making plans because you're getting closer to adulthood. Melanie Burns, right? Her mom goes out for dinner. Okay, it's a single mom, so she goes out for dinner on a date, and her sister stayed back. And then when she comes back from dinner, it's like, oh my God, she broke curfew. ¿Entiendes? Porque ya era curfew.
Hadn't been home.
But again, it was normal for people to go out on a bike ride, to go out on a walk around that
Still
sunset
safe
time. It was safe, dude. 1992,
to be outside.
Yeah, yeah, it was safe at the time.
Woo!
So she goes out, mom comes home, starts freaking out because she starts calling friends. And this is the other thing. Back in those days, and me and Aaron can testify, it was normal to go out. It was normal to be like, oh, I'm going to go to my friend's house real quick so we can all go ride our bikes, or we can all go play soccer, we can all go play featherball, whatever. So they figured, she's out of friends. Let me just tell her que it's time. Like, you don't have permission.
Yeah.
So they start making phone calls, todo. Nada, bro. Well, search starts todo. The next morning,
Always the next morning.
a lady is out riding her bike, right, with her daughter, her toddler on the bike, and they're, like I said, it's common for them to go ride their bike, and she says that she's riding her bike and rides over a puddle.
Oh.
She's like, oh, what the? But she said what caught her attention was that the puddle didn't really splash. Right? When you ride over water, it kind of flies everywhere, gets on your back because of the wheel. So she decides to stop and come back because she's like, something it's wrong.
Yeah.
When she rides back, she realizes it's reddish, right? And realizes, dude, this is, and then opens her panorama, or como se diga, she starts looking around and realizes that there's dragging marks to the side of a little tree, and then drag marks back this way into the canal. So she's like, I'm not even investigating anymore. Gets the hell out of there. Like you should, unfortunately.
Heck yeah.
You might want to think, oh, but you could do something.
What if they're still,
You don't know. You got to get the hell out of there, is the truth. And calls the cops. Cops come, find the trail, everything exactly. That's where they find the body under the canal. So it looks like she was knocked out of her bike, dragged to the side, unfortunately assaulted, and then dumped into the canal. Now, this is the thing that blew everybody's minds. The killer, and this, as we know so far as the zombie hunter, this is what he did. He stabbed the victim through the back, but they were saying that it was one stab. He stabbed them more, but the one fatal stab, based off of time, they can tell based off of time, decade and whatnot, which one was the first wound, was so precise that it was fatal. So police and investigators thought it has to be like a surgeon or someone that knows what they're doing. Maybe special military. Fíjate nomás. Some asshole, dude. So they know that at least they passed away before the assault. At least, dude. At least we get that. Yeah,
no
because
torture,
there's nothing that we can. Oh, excuse me. There's nothing that can excuse anything or make us feel better. Pero bueno, at least they didn't go through that much suffering, right? Because maybe the fatal thought took a minute, but that was it. It was fatal, so they were done. So they're looking for someone like that, someone that matches that kind of description.
That type of profession.
The crazy part, like always, is in investigations like this, it opens up a field of, in this case, up to 600 possible suspects. Entonces, imagine your teams are small. Unfortunately, the teams that they use for investigating, they're small, and they're trying to figure it out. The crazy part is, pues, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years start going by. We can't get no one. People start getting scared. A reporter from Arizona News, I think it's Channel 5 or Channel 3, I can't remember, NBC, said it was crazy because not only is that crazy that's happening, it's scary, it's sad, but it also killed a very particular culture of the canals in Arizona that was a selling point. As in, this is a bike path, a walking path, a running path that would sell for people. After this, no one wanted to come out no more. And the sad part is that it started to die down, right? The canals and the tunnels are dirty. They're ugly now. No one's really maintaining them. It kind of died down. So this guy not only unalived these people, took these people, made them sad, but also killed part of the Arizona culture on the canals. Insane. Anyways, guys, this kid, my thing was, who is this zombie killer, right? Because I thought, man, first of all, how are they gonna catch him? What's going on here? Did they even catch him? I was already afraid because, like I said, I lived down that area, so I was so afraid. But dude, turns out this guy.
It was the guy knocking at your guys'. Nah.
Yeah, this guy sold solar. No, because you know there's a whole bunch of solar people trying to sell solar. I know his last name is Miller. I want to say his name was Brian, but I can't remember. Yeah, Brian. Look at this name, Brian Patrick Miller.
That's a murderer's name.
Dude, Brian
If I've ever
Patrick
heard of one.
Miller. You know, if I ever heard one, that's it. Brian Patrick Miller. This guy, dude, had a hard upcoming, right? They say his mom was a detention officer, which works at the prisons. And so the structure of his home was very aggressive, very hard. Like, you know, she liked order and shut up. And but before that, when his father was alive, they used to live in Hawaii.
Damn.
And apparently in Hawaii, he was having a pretty normal, good life. But then the dad passed.
Damn.
And then they moved here. And when they were here in Arizona, Miller, at a young age, I think he was 16 at the time, he had his first attack. For the first time, he attacked someone.
Oh, okay.
This lady was riding to work, okay, on the bus, to specifically Metro Center, the mall. She worked at the mall. And when they were riding, Miller was on the bus, and she said she saw him because Miller, like, and this is what I wanted to say is, you know how you said people change? It looks like they cross a line and they change. And when he was young, he looked like a normal, handsome, young American guy, right? Blonde hair, tall, features that are calm. And so she acknowledged him, and he was staring at her. Like Aaron said earlier, they keep staring at you. Aaron said it. Characteristics. But she made nothing of it. Whatever. Young man, you know, she was, I think, 27, so a good-looking woman at the time. 24. She was 24. And she said that they both got off on the bus, and then she felt an impact in her back. But she thought Miller ran by her and smacked her or tried to hit her or something. And she's like, hey, what are you doing? And when she went to go like, ow, man, blood. I think it was like this. Blood, dude. So she panics, and Miller's like not really leaving, kind of like, I'm about to finish this job. She runs, is able to outrun him and get into her job and ask for help, calls the cops. Cops come, find Miller. But this is the twist. This is the crazy part. Wearing different clothes. Wearing different clothes. The thing they were saying was, when they interviewed Miller, like, dude, why, what's going on? He just wanted to see how it felt like. That's not. No, dude. I've played around with my watermelon, like, you know.
Well. Signs.
Possible signs? I don't know. I don't know. No, I play around with my watermelon or whatever.
Bring Mel Gibson, cause signs, you know.
You know, signs too. Imagine. No, it's too scary. So he does that to see how it feels, bro.
Nah.
My question is, at that time, I know he's just a young boy. He's troubled, obviously, because, you know, like I said, his mom was abusive. There was proof that when he was young, his mom exposed him to pornography.
Jeez.
Because she had, like, pornography fetish, and she was a woman that was just whatever, and used to beat him as punishment. And so he said that he saw pain as sexual, because that's what he saw at home. And that was the abuse he went through, and which a lot of these people try to explain why he snapped eventually, you know, and why he thought murdering someone and having intercourse was a thing. And that's how they knew he was a serial killer, a murderer, a crazy bastard. But anywho, he does that incident. That was his first incident, goes to jail, goes to the juvenile detention center. His punishment is you ain't getting out till you're 18. to try to rehabilitate him. The problem is when he was in there, his mother was going through his stuff in his room, cleaning it up, right? Because he's gonna be there for a while. I think he was only 16 or 17, so he's gonna be there at least a year.
Right.
Finds a note that he wrote describing what he did. The craziest part is there was more detail to it about decapitation, right? Which was key when they finally found out, wait a minute, it could have been this guy. And they started digging into him and they find this stuff, which basically describes what he did over here. Dude, so he goes to juvie. The mom is like, hell no. This is crazy, right? Because she's a crazy ass lady, but that's crazy. Like I said, at what point, and you said it, do you snap to that? Because we all have weird things about us, but at what point do you actually hurt people? The mom says, hell no, he's coming out. I don't want him here.
Yep.
I'm scared. I'm scared for my own safety. Fine. He goes to what they call a halfway home. Halfway homes are for troubled kids, right? Where they go and they live with in a group homes or whatever.
Kids.
Well, when he's there, a young girl around the area goes missing, right? The sister says that the young girl was very smart into reading. You guys remember those bookathons where they would give you the paper and you would order your books and you would get all excited? Okay, so she was going around trying to collect funds for bookathon. But she went out and never came back. And the last report was they saw her walking towards the halfway home, where Mr. Miller himself happened to be. Pero pues that went cold. There was no leads. There was no nothing. They found nothing then. Then after that, Mr. Miller finds himself. After that, that's when he commits the murders, right? That's what he does on 92. And then on 95, he finds Amy, marries, moves to Washington, has a kid, okay, who people describe him as the most lovable and caring parent. What's that? You're talking about a guy that just murdered a young girl. And then this guy says he's lovable, young. Everyone loved him. Everyone was like drawn to him, which is, I think, a common denominator on these murders. Guy, he's in Washington, and he in Washington has an incident where he stabs a lady.
Oh.
I was like, how many more guys did we want? How many more? Oh my God.
That's insane.
Anywho, on that particular case, they dismiss it. He gets arrested, but they dismiss it because the woman's story wasn't very believable. And unfortunately, the lady, and if you guys watch the documentaries, no one says. But this lady, did I write down her name? She had a little bit of a record herself.
Oh.
So unfortunately, her story wasn't too valid, right? They kind of moved away from it. Also, a Hispanic lady, unfortunately. Now, I don't want to say he's white, she's Hispanic, is that why they let it go? But,
it was back in the day.
you know.
Sí, ahorita está difícil. Back in the days.
Unfortunately, that's the way that it went down. Amy, but then he was with Amy, his wife. So when he went to jail for a little period of time for stabbing that lady, he was sending her letters from jail. That was my wife. To his wife, Amy.
Oh, okay.
Pero the lady said that at first was like, hey, babe, I didn't do this. Don't worry. I'm going to be out of jail. It's fine. I miss you. I miss my daughter. I can't wait to come back home like a regular person. But then she said that the letters started coming in like, but when I get home, boom, boom, arriba, ribotota, pero crazy stuff. Like, I'm going to tie you up. I'm going to beat you. You know. And she said that the wife said that when he got home, apparently he was a man of his words. Que duro, eh? Que duro. So he's already murdered, and now apparently a normal husband, a gentleman was described by Amy, the wife, is now over here sexually beating, tying her, pero hurting her. So the wife said, because the wife said it wasn't like kinky, no? It was abuse now. Right. And she went into a mentality of, I have to make sure he loves me enough, which is super sad. She said it in court. I got to make sure I'm obedient and so that he loves me, so that he doesn't kill me. Right. Dude, all the signs, guy, all the signs. Anywho, we're getting here close to the end. This guy when they finally arrest them is because in 2014 is when I believe DNA was becoming an actual
right,
thing.
right. It was more popular,
Yeah.
more accessible. That's
Correct.
what I would say.
Because that's what they found on our victims, unfortunately, DNA of his sperm. And they found it in a investigator, ¿cómo se dice? Un DNA consultant or whatever, a very popular one, one that knew what she was doing, was giving out some conferences where Phoenix PD attended. And Phoenix police officers were like, wait a minute, this is amazing.
Can use this.
Yeah, so they approached her, told her, we have a case with DNA. And we have some suspects, but, can you help us? Because what they do is they enter all the numbers in the database. The database narrows it down through all this DNA tests that they do for siblings, for, is it my baby, is it not my baby, all this crazy stuff. And narrows it down to possible family members. So when they run this, they narrowed it down to possibly 6 people that are related to this gene, and they happen to be Millers. Now, Brian Patrick Miller was one of the main suspects in this crime back in 92. So they were like, wait a minute. So they look into their list that they had already narrowed down into like 6 possible people. He was the top of the list. So now the cool part was all we have to do is get this guy's DNA, right? Because no one's going to be like, hey, listen, you're being investigated for murder. Can we get your spit real quick?
Right.
And, they're going to be like,
Hook it up, bro.
And PD doesn't want them to disappear.
Right.
So this is also the craziest part. They're back in Arizona now. And the guy in charge of the investigation at the time, and by the way, guys, the girl I was talking about, he stabbed in 2002, Melissa Ruiz Ramirez. Right? All the other victims were not Hispanic, except for this one, Melissa Ruiz Ramirez, he didn't kill her, but he attacked her, right? Because she said she needed help. She's seen him before through some friends. So she said, oh yeah, help me. I need to make a phone call. He drives her to his job, where he says, here, you can use the phone here, because back in those days, cell phones were a thing, but they weren't popular like that. It was more landlines.
Yep.
And that's when Melissa says he attacked her from the back. Common denominator, stabbing from the back. He flips the story because she was able to get away. They said they struggled and she was able to get away. He says he was working when she walked in the store talking about, can I use your phone?
Damn.
And attacks him with the knife, but he was obviously able to defend himself and remove the knife. So my thought was, did they ever said, oh, Melissa, by the way, we're sorry, dude.
Right.
Because you came to us with this story, which was obviously real, but we decided that, nope, that you were the one trying to rob. But unfortunately, guys, that's what you got to behave, right? If you have a record, unfortunately, guys, unfortunately. But anyways, here to summarize, that's how they caught him. The detective here from Arizona came and noticed that he was working at the warehouses over here at the Amazon warehouses. And they said, well, he would be out by the zombie car, right? Because that's how they were also knowing where he was. He was very popular. Right. And the guy decided, I'm going to approach him and offer him a security job because he's into stuff like that. He was always around law enforcement. Those guys that are very like that. Like me, I like a lot of the military stuff, but I'll never join the military.
Second sign. Dude, that's too many signs, guys.
Dude, I'm
this
telling you.
close to turning you in.
I'm telling you, I couldn't sleep last night because I'm like, wait a minute. Guys, and comes up to him, says, hey, Mr. Miller, yeah, dude, we've noticed that there's a lot of crime around here, and we know that you're the zombie hunter. You're very familiar, because he's very familiar with, like, police things and whatnot. And I wanted to see maybe if you're interested on a security job. It pays $20 an hour, right? Because he was probably making $14 at Amazon. It pays $20 an hour. And all you have to do is patrol. Ooh, okay, sounds interesting. He's like, but you know what? Let's talk more about it. Let me take you out for dinner, and we'll talk more about it, and I'll make you the job offer, let you know how it works. Done. Good, because that's how we can get his DNA, right? Dude, they go to the Chili's in Metro Center. Dude, I take my family there. That's why I was like,
that was your guys'
dude,
favorite chili.
Oh my God, dude, what's going on? Why are you so close?
Back ribs.
How did I not know? I could have caught it myself, Baby back ribs, bring me back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili's,
Yeah.
So a funny fact, and police and the interviewers were laughing about it.
Damn.
Like I said, yeah.
Yeah.
They said that when they took him to the chili bath to eat, he ordered his food. He brought his daughter. Porque, believe it or not, he got a divorce. And guess who had custody of this kid?
No way.
Dude, what is happening? You know? And he has custody of his kid, brings it in. So the guy's like, what the hell? Okay, whatever. But he says after the interview, he was such a nice, great guy that he thought, we got the wrong guy. Pero bueno, we still have to analyze him, ¿verdad? We can't discard him. So, but he thought
Best
for
friends,
sure.
you know? They
Sí.
became best
No,
friends.
yeah. He invited him for a bike ride at the canal. Well,
Well,
all right.
he was like, I have a hobby I really want to show you.
Do you happen to own a bike, by the way? Oh, que scary.
Nah.
But yeah, so they said that 5 bites his burger.
Dang.
Like he's a beast, dude. He's a beast, right? Finally drinks his water. They take the water, todo. Okay, well, I'll get back at you with the info, todo. But yeah, he was interested in the job. I'll let you know when you can start, blah, blah, blah. He said that they get the call, I think six days later or something like that. And the main person of the DNA testing department comes to Phoenix and everything and tells him, dude, we got him. And he's like, the craziest part is none of us could believe that it was him. Like, when you talk to him, he was such a character, especially with his daughter. Y todo que you're like, nah, this guy would never kill no one. Nah, it's impossible. Like, there's no way because he's like, I've dealt with people where I'm like,
Mr. Rogers. Yeah, like this guy's Mr. Rogers, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Wearing the sweater, though. This guy's too nice.
This guy.
Kill you with kindness, maybe.
Well. Oh, bastard, you know? But yeah, anywho, they got him. They go pick him up. They interview him. Still denies him. And then they ask him, well, then explain your semen your DNA
Why
at
would
the...
it be there?
Yeah. That's the big mystery.
Ooh.
No, guy, you're done, ¿me entiendes? You are done, dude. You're done. You got caught. Just admit it. Pues they do a big old interview. There's a lot going on. They go to his house to raid it. Hoarder. A hoarder, guy. There's a video of his house. Disgusting, dude. Así como el show, The Hoarders.
And he
Just
lived
like
by himself, okay.
well, with his daughter.
Where?
But they were saying all in general, besides the hoardering, because hoardering creates trauma in people. Besides that, the daughter had a pretty good life. A pretty normal life. Pretty good life with him.
Yeah.
For some reason, he was an actual nurturing. So they were trying to say that he had developed a double personality. One, the killer, right? Miller, the killer,
Zombie.
the zombie hunter, and the other personality, loving, caring Brian, Patrick. And supposedly he couldn't remember killing no one. And his defense case tried to use that and said, no, he has a double personality.
Put the other personality in prison.
Yeah.
Let this guy
Let
be
me
free.
go home with my daughter. The good thing was they were like, okay, then how come on the other stabbings you did, you plead guilty? So you remember those.
Right.
That was dramatic moments.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're a liar. Judge was like, I'm not having it. This is Arizona, okay? Give him the maximum penalty. Death row, baby. Death row. So right now my boy is sitting.
Records.
Well, not my boy, but that guy is sitting. Yeah, that guy's sitting in death. Yeah, let me clarify that porque unfortunately this new lingo we throw it out there too heavy, but that's not my boy. This creep is now sitting in death row, which I think death row has been reestablished and it's moving again. So hopefully he'll be dispatched soon. Yeah, he needs to. He has earned his ticket and he's ready to cash out. You know, but dude, that is the story of the local celebrity guy here called the Zombie Hunter, who decided one day he's had it. He went out for what they conclude to be a sexual predator, to become a murderer, and ended up assaulting 2 women here in the Phoenix area and by the canals, if you're familiar. So be safe, guys. Be safe out there. Trust no one, right? Because everyone, like I said, liked him. Police officers taking pictures with him. Like if he was mocking them, saying, ha, 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 look what I do, and I still here. And then this guy finally gets caught. Now sits on death row, guys. Hopefully, justice is served for some of his families. Unfortunately, we can
Don't tell
never
me
get
this is him.
people back. That's him.
No.
That is him.
Have,
Look at that
That- hey.
transformation.
That guy looks like a murderer. What are you talking about? At the end of that,
If there was ever a guy,
I see this guy in his costume. Hey, guy, he murders people. What you doing? Taking pictures with this guy.
that's the zombie hunter reveal. But yeah, when you look at that guy, yeah,
You know what I
Yeah, that guy-
He's been, guy.
that guy is a murderer, dude. He has the perfect murderer face, man. Didn't it?
You're telling me this guy would come through, and you're like, oh, kids, come on, let's go take a picture, you know?
Yes. Zombie killer man.
At least he was caught, though. At least he
yeah,
was
I'm
caught.
glad he
Good
was
news.
caught. But out of all of this, guys, let's just put in our memories, the victims, and let's not forget and pray for them, Angela and Melanie, who were the two ones that he actually unalived. Two beautiful young ladies with bright futures that were taken away too soon. Here from Arizona, guys.
Sad stuff. That was case number 1. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to case number 2, which is my case.
Oh my goodness. In
Uh,
that case,
In that case, I mean, that one was wild. You know what I mean? That one
Wild
seems
stuff.
like a movie almost.
it seems like
You know
it
what I
could
mean?
be a movie from Arizona because we don't have much
like
local
a horror
stuff.
movie
Yeah.
of something that you think, nah, that's fiction.
Yeah,
But nah, dude,
that's crazy.
which is wild because I feel like mine. It's obviously it's bad, it's sad.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it belongs in Hollywood.
Right.
That's
There's
wild.
things that you're like, bueno, it happened, but como like when they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, right? And they were able to make it super scary and stuff. But again, it's something we can't forget that those people exist.
Well, mine obviously also, a case that happened here in Arizona as well. It takes places also in other places,
Right.
But mainly in Arizona. Mine starts with Senora, who has 4 children.
Oh.
The first 2 boys, one named Alex, I believe the other one's Brandon, and I'll check on that right now. And then also Lori and Summer. Now all these kids are raised in I believe they call it LDS, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the Lutherans?
No,
Yeah, the Latter-day
Latter-day
Saints.
Saints,
There it is. Yeah, they're Mormons, correct.
and they're Mormon, so they're raised that way,
Aye.
right? And Lori just happens to be the one that's like the most inspired out of all of them. No, she's a little girl. So she's like, oh, I love the religion of the Mormons.
Right.
And she starts like being like, oh, I feel like God talks to me, uses me, like believing, going hardcore into the spiritual side of the
Right.
situation.
So spiritual, okay, like you said, she's actually like, dude, I can hear it. I'm in it. I believe it.
Desde chiquita. So now she's an adult, and no, actually, she gets married at a very young age, and has a son called Kobe. Has a son named Kobe with her first marriage.
Okay.
Pero like most of us, first marriage didn't work out
Unfortunately.
because got married too young.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So dejas the marriage, whatever. Meets another person, goes into her second marriage, which then has a daughter with this second guy,
Okay.
Tylee.
Okay.
So now the brother's like, oh, awesome, I have a sister,
Right.
right? Everything is looking great with the second one. And Lori, like you said, is a very charismatic person.
Of course.
So
man.
charismatic, bro. She's Mrs. Texas pageant.
Nah.
Comes out in the Wheel of Fortune TV show.
What?
I was like, this is a person who likes attention, who likes the
Who's out there for
who's out
sure?
there. But a comment that she made to some of her friends and family was that God told her she was going to be in the Wheel of Fortune. Even as an adult now, still
Right. She's
very
still
hard
somehow
into the spiritual,
It's
situation of everything.
spiritual. Wow.
You see videos of her in the Wheel of Fortune, and she's like, "No, my family, loving family." I was like, everything looking good. But then things start spiraling down a little bit with the second husband, and this is a very important thing that I wanted to note because the second husband was the stepdad to the first son, right?
Right.
Because she had the first
Kobe.
son with
Kobe.
And so they say Kobe was saying that in the beginning he was like super sweet, super nice. Later on, started
Right.
getting a little more aggressive.
Some
Started
details
yelling
there.
at him a little more. He says that anything he would do, he was like, ugh. Until it started getting physical, like he would start
Oh,
punching him,
shoot.
hitting him, abusing him pretty much.
Right.
And then the mom was also getting abused, Lori.
Jeez.
Finally, she was like, okay, pues I gotta get out of this marriage. So
Yeah.
she literally escaped, no? She ran away.
Jeez.
And then dice que le preguntó a su hijo, al Caleb, dije, Kobe.
Kobe.
que si that if was it just what else happened?
Yeah.
Y pues que le dijo el Kobe que
No.
unfortunately he had taken it to the
No
next
me
level
digas
of
que-
abuse.
Assault.
Assault. And that's where Kobe testifies that he feels like she snapped at that moment when he told
Okay.
her that he had done
He
that
noticed
stuff to
some
him.
change.
He noticed that she was like, click, click. And there's video of her saying que if she hadn't gone deeper into the whole church situation, because she went deep into it once all that happened, she would have murdered
No.
the guy who did that to her son. Like
I
that,
mean-
those were her thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to murder this guy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, time passes. Excuse me, and then she meets Charles Xavier. She meets Charles, who they start going to church together también, and gets married to him.
Oye,
Third
lady.
husband.
Oye, lady.
We're on the third husband at this point.
Oye, lady, calm down.
But this guy seems to be really cool.
You know what I just thought? Two marriage. You know who else? You know who else has two marriages?
My God,
My God, is that a third?
too many.
Dude,
Too many,
I'm
dude.
scared,
I think you should turn yourself in.
I'm scared.
Yeah, this guy was kind of not an alcoholic, but he had a little bit of a drinking
Okay.
situation going on. Pero again, he joined the church with her,
Right.
so they started doing the whole church thing. Now this guy had also sons.
His own.
He already had his own sons, but and he was really good financially. Like he was
Stable.
well off.
My man.
You know what I mean? So they got together, and things seem to be going good because he's good as far as financial
Right,
taking
which
care
is a
of
big
her
factor.
kids, right?
Ooh.
He has his own kids, so he's kind of already a fatherly
Yeah.
figure. And then they adopt JJ, another son.
Oh shoot.
Que era, I believe in their church, there were some people at church whose daughter had passed away.
Oh.
Le dejaron su hijo a ellos, pero ellos ya eran mayores. They were like seniors.
Oh.
So they asked Charles and Lori
Yeah.
if they could adopt that kid,
Right.
right?
Right.
And he
right.
had autism, so he was a little.
Okay, he
it was
was a little hard
Yeah,
to-
it was a little hard.
Okay.
But they took him in, adopted him. Lori was still fully committed to the church. So
Dang.
much that Lori says that she got a message from God telling her to move to Kauai, which I believe I've had that message también, que me está diciendo que move to Italy. Move to Hawaii.
If there's something you will believe from this story.
Move somewhere awesome, guy.
Pero te lo diste, o sea, when you hear it, is it in Italian? Mamma mia.
Moverte, por favor, chi. Al Vaticani.
Oh.
No.
Qué duro, qué duro.
Whoops. And so they moved their whole family to Kauai.
No way.
And for a couple of years, everything was going good. Everything was, you're living in Kauai, guy.
Dude, it sounds
Awesome
sounds
times,
amazing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have, obviously, there's a church over there. Mormons are everywhere, let's be honest.
Dude, hey,
Sorry,
calmados,
everywhere,
guys, calmados.
While they're in Kauai, there's testimony from her friends in Kauai that say that Lori would come up to them telling them que Charles, right, the husband, nah.
No, no me digas que ya va a empezar.
She was saying que this guy ain't got it like me. Because his spiritual level,
Oh,
he doesn't talk to angels.
Right,
¿entiendes?
right.
He doesn't talk to God.
He don't get these visions.
He ain't got it like that. He ain't got that halo.
Now she's over here in Kauai talking about get on my level.
Straight
man.
up said, get on my level. Straight up she was saying que she needed somebody who was at her level of
I mean, that's because she was like,
awareness.
I need Peter, Paul.
St. John. Somebody, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
A
I
descendant.
know ellos, who's their guy? John Smith?
Oh, yeah, John Smith. I forgot.
Damn.
Made myself a John Smith, right?
Hey, qué duro. Ahí es donde you gotta start questioning.
Yeah.
Hold on, lady.
Well, and at this point, pues yeah, there's stuff going on, and so they move back to Arizona. Coming back, right? Man, I need to get out of here, dude. I'm done with that.
Bueno, apparently, if you leave and come back, hey, yeah, no
So
sabes.
don't come back. Then.
Don't come back.
There you go. So they come back to Arizona. At this point, the oldest son, pues ya está mayor. ¿no?
Okay, Kobe.
Kobe.
Okay.
He's pretty old. Gets married. Starts
Oh,
doing his own thing.
perro.
You know
Okay.
what I
Also,
mean?
time's gone by.
Sí, sí, sí. At this point, ya pasó un buen rato, ¿no? When he gets married,
Yeah.
he gets married to a Christian woman.
Oh.
The mom starts being like, whoa, hold on.
But
It needs to
Mormons, dude.
right? He
Damn.
starts kind of like, starts feeling a type of way, but then starts acting really weird, starts acting que empieza a decir que it's the end of times, are about to get here. We need to prepare. Starts preparing, starts buying a whole bunch of food,
Right.
supplies, everything. Así como que dijo, ya,
See,
the
this
time
is happening.
It's about to come through. Hay que prepararnos. At this time, during that time when she's deep into it, there's a guy whose name is Chad Daybell. I guess he's kind of like a speaker and an author at the
Oh.
churches también.
Right. A little bit of a
Because-
big shot there.
Yeah. They said he had an accident. I believe he dove into a water thing or whatever, like in a lake,
Mm-hmm.
ocean, whatever. Y que tuvo un accidente, a life-threatening, what do they call it?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Uh,
Injury?
No, pero death experience.
Oh, okay. Near-death experience.
Near-death experience. Y pues he said that he had some...
Ah, no. Anote.
What's the
Esto.
best way?
Anote esto que le voy a decir.
What's the best way to get in there? Saying you had a near-death experience, right? Because once you've touched death, you've connected to the spirit realm.
Bro, it's good.
All right? And when your name is Chad,
Oh,
bro, when your name is Chad, you got everything you need. You're the whole package, you know?
well, Lori did say something about a package, but
Hey,
bueno, move
yo.
on.
And so that's when Lori meets Chad, buying his books because she's like, oh, this guy knows what's
okay.
up, right? That's the John Smith you were talking about. She needed a John Smith.
Oh.
Chad Smith, Diego. Yes, sir, because este vato está pesado. He knows what's up.
Damn. Entonces, este está más en mi level.
Yeah,
A la madre.
exactly.
Even though she didn't have a near-death experience.
No.
Chica su madre.
Pero pues imagínate, his name is Chad,
Mhm.
and he gave her the spiritual riz. ¿Entiendes? Spiritually rizzed her up. ¿Cómo la ves, bro?
No me digas que. You know?
Say that. Oh, you talk to angels too, girl?
Hey, I was talking to angels last
Yeah.
night about you, you know?
Shit, we were saying that you're looking pretty fine today.
Oh!
Oh,
The wrist?
Felt bad saying that to
See,
me.
no, damn. Spiritual Riz was crazy.
Chad starts to go full second coming. He starts going into the full second coming of Jesus, right?
Holy free, holy, yeah.
And because he wrote some books. He started saying that his books are like scripture.
Well, okay.
O sea,
No, tell me que he was like, let's make some space in the Bible porque...
sí. Between,
Yeah,
let's
but-
move the apocalypse a couple more chapters. We'll put mine in between.
He said, yeah. He said,
Apocalipsis.
yeah. Mateo and John were pretty good, pero guys,
Chad though, Chad 1, 2, 3, and 4.
the book of Chad is crazy.
Now at this point, Lori starts saying that Charles, the husband, right, who had gone to Kauai and then they came back to Arizona, he's a demon.
Nah.
All right, he's no longer Charles.
Right.
Now he's a demon. Hey, you're a demon guy.
Oh.
Aliviánate because you have a demon.
Wait, she
inside.
thought she was Constantine?
Apparently. Y
Damn.
el vato, pues, imagínate, o sea, what do you do when somebody tells you you're a demon, dude?
My reaction.
And so Charles is like telling people, like her family, his family, telling everybody, like, hey, yo, this girl's calling me a demon. Like, she's going crazy.
Es que, porque tú sabes the difference between you cheater, you bastard, you this and that, pero no, you're a demon.
You're a
Let me,
demon, bro.
Go
Go so far as to saying that the demon's name was Nick Schneider.
Nah.
O sea, tenía nombre y todo. Pasaporte, nacionalidad.
He came here illegally.
Jumped the wall of hell to come here illegally.
Oh my god.
She was the ice from heaven. O sea, she's ice from heaven
Yeah.
coming to deport the
Yeah,
demon.
they said she
Well.
described herself as the girl from Frozen, no?
Okay, keep going. Keep going so I can understand that.
¿Cómo se llamaba? Yeah, her heavenly name was Elsa. And she had to come from the frozen castles of heaven.
Frozen castle. Dumbest shit ever.
Because this...
Heaven is frozen. We know that because if hell's on fire, heaven has to be frozen. Heaven is in the North Pole. We all know that.
Qué duro.
Qué duro, man.
Qué duro.
So at this point, also Lori, I don't know if she was spreading rumors or because I never really got to see if it was true or not.
Okay.
Charles was cheating.
Oh,
She was saying Charles is cheating, so that's why everything's happening. That's happening.
Yeah.
And so at this point, she starts acting up.
Right.
And at one point, Charles was, he's a businessman. Como te digo,
Yeah.
he was well off. He's
Knew
coming
what he
back
was doing,
from
apparently.
a trip to Arizona, but Lori cancels his flight,
Ah, fregado.
and then has her brother Alex go to his house, take all his stuff.
Nah.
We're talking about all his stuff. We're not talking about just
See, not
his
a
computer,
robbery. No,
his
no,
money, no. Clothes, all his belongings, electronics,
man.
his cars. They took his car from the airport,
Nah.
right? Because he left it there, traveled. He was
Yeah.
going to come back, grab his car, and go home. Took his car from the airport. Lo dejaron, ahora sí que sin nada.
Wait, hey, what are you doing, guy? Don't you have your own girl or your own stuff going on?
Anything else?
Yeah, like if I had a sister, I need you to go. Hey, sister, leave it alone. What the hell are you doing?
That's crazy, dude.
I was like, how do you
Should
agree?
know. Hey, brother, should know.
we can hear you eating candy.
So at this point, Charles, imagínate getting home and there's nothing there.
No, qué duro. Me
Well,
enojadísimo.
first of all, your truck's not even at the airport. Well, first of all, your flight got canceled, so you have to take another flight. You get home, nothing's there. Calls the cops.
Yeah.
Hey, I need my stuff back.
Something is
guys.
happening here.
And then the cops are like, no, but there's nothing we can do.
Nah.
There's no proof of anything has happened yet. O sea, that she did anything.
Right,
So there's no
right.
way we can go get her.
An
So they were like,
attack or-
Nemo, you're gonna have to wait till and he's there's interviews obviously with the cops, the cameras, right?
Yeah.
And he's like saying like, dude, this it's because this lady's crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's doing all these things. I don't even know what she's gonna do to my children.
Yeah.
Lori's putting all his family against him, saying he's a cheater, saying
My
he's doing all these
God.
things, and then steals all his things. Trying to get some help from the police. They're telling him can't really help you.
También shutting them down.
Aguitado.
I can't imagine, dude.
Like that feels like the whole world's against you. So at this point, he's so desperate que what he does is he knows that Lori is gonna be at school dropping off one of the kids.
Okay.
So he shows up, sees the car de ella, and steals her purse with all her stuff,
Ah, okay.
so that she wouldn't leave,
Right.
and then he can have the cops come through,
Right.
and they can because they hadn't been able to get a hold of her, no. But Lori still leaves because she has a spare of her keys.
Makes sense.
So she was
because
able
she's
to leave
bananas.
anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cops call her and they were like, hey, can you just come through, get your purse? You'll be able to get all your stuff. She's like, fine. Comes through, bro. Bro, this is one of the wildest things, to be honest with you. Porque they're interviewing her, right?
Uh-huh.
Trying to see what's up, what's going on. Hey,
Right.
and she's over here like, nah, pues es que este vato, he cheated on me. So he's just trying to, yeah, we went to his house. We took all his things. And so now he's like trying to, he comes and he steals my purse. And the cops are just laughing and having a good time.
O sea que her charisma basically.
Bro, admitted,
Yeah.
and I saw the videos myself, admitted to stealing all of the guy's stuff.
Which he called it in. He called it in. So
in.
right there, you're like, mira, ves? The cop should have been like
So
that.
guilty. You're guilty. Couldn't care less.
No.
And they straight up said, okay, so we're going to give you your bag, and is everything good? You're good with that?
No. Hey, what are we doing, Arizona?
Come
on,
bro.
PD.
And I believe that was Gilbert Police.
Just
throwing it out there. Just gonna throw it
come
out
on,
there.
Gilbert PD. What are we doing? Are we won't go too deep, right? Because we're no one, guys. We're nobodies.
Now,
pero-
at this point, they were still together, but yeah, at this point, pues yeah, obviously,
right.
quebró, no?
Okay.
Charles and Lori.
Okay, yeah,
They-
yeah.
They
were
go their
calling-
separate ways. That's enough. Como que dijeron, yeah, stealing each other's stuff and police and everything. Yeah, I think it's over. So after all that happens, Charles finds he's going through his emails,
Mm-hmm.
and he finds that through his email address, there's messages going to Chad, the man, right? The dude, the Rizzler, the spiritual Rizzler. as he was known as,
The spiritual Rizzler.
saying like, "Hey, I want to write a book about. I think it was about baseball or something like that, because Charles is into sports,
Okay.
and so there was emails being sent saying, "Hey, I want to write a book." And so Charles at this point immediately connects the dots and says, "My Lori, no, his girl, who has
Yeah.
access to his emails, is sending
Yeah.
emails to Chad in code, right?
Oh.
So that because at this, sorry, I didn't mention it, but Chad is married. My bad, guys, I forgot to mention that Chad the Rizzler is married." And so so they're writing in code so that the wife doesn't find out, pretty much. Charles
Charles.
is in contact with the brother, Adam, and he's pretty much telling him like, "Hey, look at this email that is being sent," and he's like,
Okay.
"Oh shoot, that's crazy." So he's pretty much telling him, "Hey, your
This is
sister's having an affair,
happening.
right? And here's the email." And he's like,
O sea, she
"Damn."
was accusing him, right? Spreading rumors que my guy Charles was a, ¿cómo se llama? A cheater.
Mhm.
Voila.
And the brother's like, "No, that's crazy," because at this point, nobody else is talking to Charles. His kids think that he cheated.
No, not the kid.
The kid, like the son who got married,
Yeah.
Kobe, he's like, "You guys deal with that." Porque he's like sending emails to Kobe, to the whole family, but also to him, saying like, "Hey, this is what's going on with your mom. Look at these emails. Look at this stuff that's going on."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "I don't want to hear it. You're a cheater."
No.
Not believing him,
Yeah.
and dismissing him, and the whole family's just like, "Nah, que ver, this guy's just crazy. He's
Jesus,
just
yeah.
mad. He messed up,
Yeah.
so he's doing all these things." So again, the brother de la Lori is the only one who's like actually taking his calls and listening to what he's saying. And then, so that there's a mess at this point. There's a mess going
Yeah,
on,
sounds
right?
insane.
Everything is messy. Everything is wild, and but during all this, of course, Charles has the kid JJ and everything, and so he still wants to see them.
Okay,
and-
okay, yeah.
right? The kid they adopted
Right.
together and everything. Entonces, one day he goes to pick up JJ, el más chiquito, to the house. When he goes to pick him up, he sees that the brother Alex, who is the brother that had
Stole
gone
everything.
and stole everything from his house, is there,
Bastard.
right? And what happens next is a phone call to 911
No.
from Alex himself,
No. Not
saying
from
that
Alex.
in self-defense, he had unalived Charles.
No.
With 2 shots.
No, that's not self-defense. 2 shots?
2 shots. So obviously police show up.
Yeah.
They're investigating.
Hope it's not
they're
Gilbert PD, but
asking.
o sea, I don't want to be the one that says it, guys.
Y was obviously asking him what happened, why is he unalive? Which, by the way, there's a phone call, right? And they're telling him like, "Oh, you have to try to perform CPR to revive him."
Right, which I think normally people would be like, hell yeah, let's get this.
And he's like, yeah. Y le estaban diciendo like, do the 1, 2, 3. He's like, yeah, I'm doing it. Y que saque tanto. ¿no?
Okay.
And so, at this point, Alex is saying that Charles hit him with the bat, and he had a gash on the back of his head,
Okay.
and that's why he told him, "Don't get close to me again, or I'm gonna
Okay.
give you one of these," right?
Yeah, I'm gonna share some of this love.
And so they investigate the mom, they investigate the daughter, porque ahí estaba la daughter también, que
okay.
the stories don't coincide, by the way.
No me digas que everyone had different
Everybody
stories.
had different stories, bro. The brother saying
Come on,
que
PD.
the Lori wasn't there, que found out later by calling. No, the Lori was saying that the Alex called him, and then Alex was saying that he never called her. And then the daughter was saying that she went back into the house after the gunshot. O sea, and then,
Un
but
desastre.
un desastre. Lori saying que no, none of that happened. Daughter saying a whole different story. Alex saying a whole different story.
Jeez.
Nada que ver. Everybody in a completely
A
different.
conspiracy of conspiracies.
So a mess, no? Nada que ver ahí con la story, no coincides and everything. They let him go.
Nah.
Police
First of all,
let
regardless.
him go.
First of all, regardless, you shoot someone, you need to go to jail while we figure it out. Like normally everyone does, right? No me digas que they didn't even put him in the car.
They didn't even. No, sí. Se lo llevaron en ese
okay,
momento to question him, pues.
Okay, so he did make it to jail, not incarceration,
No.
pero
Just to question.
detained.
Detained, pretty much. Pero after everything, they said that it was in self-defense.
Nah.
Now, They found out, never performed CPR, and the second shot had been once he was already on the floor.
O sea, más clara ni el agua.
Pero still, they let him go on saying
No.
that it was self-defense.
No.
So, I don't
Come
know.
on,
That's-
PD. Come on, PD.
That's pretty crazy, to be honest. with
Dude,
you.
what are we doing?
How does that work?
What are we doing? Porque you would figure.
Was the guy white?
Oh my god! Right, because you,
Right?
you know,
Well,
you come out and you have a water gun, and you get 18 bullets in you. You know. You know,
dude.
qué duro.
Any other? I'm not trying to say anything.
No,
but
just
any tan on your skin, right? And you're on the floor because this is how he was. No, he was sitting down like on the sidewalk, and they
Yeah.
were, hey, what happened? A little bit of tan on your skin.
Yeah.
They're not gonna ask what happened.
Are you good, sir?
3 taser things, right?
Put the weapon down.
I see the pepper spray's in his eyes. Ah!
Lifting the eyelid.
Put the weapon. No, nothing in his hands. Put it down.
Put the weapon down. Knocked out. Stop resisting.
Oh my god, dude.
Qué duro. No me digas que llegaron, sir. Do you need some? First of all, sir, do you need some water?
I see.
Are you hurt in any way? No, I shot him.
Massaging his shoulders. You look like you're tense, sir. Yep.
What the fudge, man?
So at this point, unfortunately, Charles is gone, and
R.I.P. to Charles.
Lori at this point tries to claim his insurance policy,
Nah.
which was worth $1 million.
Wasn't he a devil though? Wasn't he the devil?
But his money wasn't.
Nah.
But Charles had already changed his.
Oh, Charles.
The person who was gonna get the money,
Son of a
so
gun.
was not able to get the $1 million
Good.
insurance policy, but still was eligible to get his Social Security. And at this point, there are text messages that say that she's messaging Chad the Rizzler, saying que I wasn't able to get the 1 mil, but I'm at least gonna get I believe it was like 4,000 a month or something like that from the Social Security, and he's like, no, that's fine, ni modo, it is what it is. But when Lori comes to do the police,
Yeah.
your ex dude just died, right?
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Nah.
when somebody gets unalive,
And what about your brother? Like, I'll be scared for my brother too. Like, damn.
how do you
my
just show up
brother.
like, oh my god, this really happened right now?
No way, dude.
Like,
Todo esto está en
as much
video.
as you can hate somebody, you go like, what?
No, sí, because
How?
you know them. And like I said, o sea, if my brother just shot someone, I'm going to be like, no, my brother's life is ruined. Oh, freaking crap. I'm panicking. Damn.
And at this point, Lori takes Tylee, which was the daughter, and
Okay.
JJ, the
Okay.
adopted son, and they move again. They move, not really just saying that she got a new job or whatever, and they're gonna try to start over
Okay.
because of everything that's happened.
Right.
Y at this point, the son Kobe is like trying to reach out to his sister because he hasn't seen them,
Right.
hasn't really talked to them. So he's like trying to reach out to them, and the mom keeps saying like, no, they're good. They're just going to school. They just don't have time to answer you. And he's kind of like,
Weird.
that makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
That's not how she is.
Yeah.
But okay, if you say so. And he still is getting messages, but they don't seem like they're from his sister.
The way they're
they seem
being
the
typed.
way they're being typed. And so he's kind of like a little sussy about everything
Right.
that's going on.
Don't worry about me, mijito.
And also, during all this, because let's not forget, we said Charles had already sons
Right. His own kids.
previously, right? Before that. So, ella les dice a los kids, hey, your dad died from whatever. I'll give you guys more details later. So the kids are like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what
Everybody's in shock because también el Kobe, a él le dijeron que he had a heart attack.
Nah.
Shows up to the house. Everybody's like, estaba el Alex, no, the uncle who did the deed, the daughter y todo, and then they tell her, Lori had told him he had a heart attack, and then everybody else is like, no, but that's not what happened.
What?
Shot him. This
Fantasy?
guy shot him.
Yeah, like.
So at this point, like, Kobe's kind of like, damn, that's crazy.
Es que.
What happened? You know?
Don't talk much porque... Oh,
Y,
qué
y
duro.
dice que él ahí es donde el Kobe empezó a sentir medio raro la situación. Something is off. Because mom's saying this, uncle did this,
Jesus.
sister's crying, feeling some
Yeah.
type of way. Now, at this point, Chad is texting with Lori how they need to get rid of the C's.
Of
Letter Z.
disease?
Z.
Jeez.
Z's. Zombies.
Nah. I mean, that's que he thought he was Brad Pitt in World War Z.
Yeah. He was like, I just became Brad Pitt. We need to get rid of these Z's, papa. No, but yeah, they were saying that they need to get rid of Z's. Apparently, they also call them zombies. Apparently, our stories connect.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Multiverse or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, he's because at this point, Chad is telling Lori that he has the power
Mm-hmm.
to identify the good and the bad. He has the power to identify, which is where Lori got that Charles was a demon, because
Oh.
Chad is able to identify and say, this one's a demon, this one's a demon, this one's a demon.
You know your husband?
Yeah.
Let me ask, you know your husband?
Yeah, you know,
Dude.
literally.
If he could identify demons, right?
Yeah.
What about the brother? What about the brother?
Angel.
Hijo de su perra
An angel sent to help
No
cleanse,
no me digas que a helper.
bro. And y dice que Tammy, now
Mm.
Tammy is Chad's wife,
No
who
way.
he had raised up long before.
Right.
Demon.
Nah.
Entonces, and this is all text messages between Chad and Lori.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I mean, at this point, there's news that Tammy had passed away
No.
in her home. Y que no, pero así estaba nomás, que she just had passed away.
Okay.
She was a healthy person, nada que ver. There was
No
no
es
really
como que estaba enfermita.
right. There was no reason for her to just had passed away out of nowhere, pero boom, just
No es
passed
como
away.
que estaba 80 years old, so
Nah.
anything could have happened.
This guy collects her life insurance,
Ah,
half a
perro.
mil.
Oh, perro.
So it almost seems like there was a plan on collecting insurance money
Right,
from
you're looking
the
at almost a
spouses.
million and a half.
Imagine. You're set pretty much with $1.5 million.
You have life insurance? God damn, dude.
Better, let's get you some.
You know what? The Lord spoke to me about life insurance for you.
He told me to get you a $3 million life insurance policy.
Oh,
I call a life
Santa,
insurance
baby.
policy person. How long before, how
Yeah.
long does she have to have it before I can claim it and
Yeah.
look suspicious?
Oh.
Now, Kay Woodcock, who is the grandparent of JJ, she was
Oh, okay.
one of the family members, of the elderly family members who asked Lori and Charles
Right.
to adopt the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying to reach out to Lori and asking like, hey, how's JJ? I just want to talk to him just to find out what's
Right.
going on. No le contesta, no le dice nada. So at this point, she calls the police. Hey, I don't know what's going on. Haven't been able to speak with him. Can you please just go check, make sure that he's good? A welfare check, as they call it. So police go to where she's living now. She was living in an apartment. And the apartment they go to está el Chad, the man, and Alex, the brother.
No.
And they're like, hey, do you guys know where Lori is? Nah, pues que she's in another apartment and the same complex.
Okay.
So now they go to the other apartment and sí, ahí está la Lori. Y le dicen que, hey, what's going on? Para empezar, le dicen a la police, el Chad, que JJ's probably with the grandma.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's impossible because the grandma's the one that's calling me to come here.
No me digas que she tried to pull that one
Try
off.
to pull that move on until they were like, okay, no, pues, you go talk to Lori.
Okay, so they come to do the well check and they're asking for JJ, pero JJ is nowhere to be found so far.
JJ has not been heard of, has not spoken to anybody else on
Oh.
chat.
Right. Video call or nothing.
That's why everybody's worried because now el brother has not heard from the sister. No, the text messages were weird. He did try to call her. No le contestaban. And it got to the point where ya no le contestaron. Not even the text messages.
Dang.
Nada. And same with JJ, no? And the grandparents are like, well, what's going on? Why
Mhm.
can't we speak to them? We just want to know they're okay. That's all they were saying. They go to Lori. Lori says que they're with a friend back in AZ, that they can call her and that they can verify. Okay, the police are like, okay, they called her, didn't answer the person. They were
Obviously.
like, okay, well, hey, tell her to call us as soon as possible. We just want to make sure JJ is okay. All right. There's a recording where Chad and Lori call the friend from Arizona, and there's a whole conversation of how she's like, why are you telling police that your kid's here? And she's like, wow, if you were like a real friend, you know, you would stick up for us. And she's like, well, it's kind of concerning that you're telling him that he's here. Is he
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, it's police we're talking about, not just.
Imagine. And she's like, obviously he's okay, nada que ver. Like, you're being a bad friend right now for not saying that.
Just show the kid.
Being a
damn it.
bad friend. I know. That's not this podcast. Yeah, dude. Hey, how do you know you're a bad friend? You don't take the fall.
You don't hide things.
You don't hide the crime.
Hey, hide things from me.
So at this point, things are getting a little eerie.
No, but at that point, what else do you want?
Imagine right? Because we have, me and you,
Mm-hmm.
we have kids that we share
Mm-hmm.
with, with other people.
Correct.
And imagine months passing by
No.
and you not knowing what's going
No,
on or
my
not
guy.
being able to speak to them.
Hours, my guy. Hours is the most I can
most.
give you. That's crazy.
Before you go
See,
crazy.
no, I'm
But imagine now months. Because let's say hours because you're like, pero they're not here.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I'm right here and I am the actual dad. No?
Exactly.
But when you're like the grandma, you're a little bit like, okay, well, I guess.
Imagine they went on a trip, let's say. Oh, we're going to go on vacation, whatever.
Right.
And then they don't come back when they say they were.
Right.
So you're like, hey, what's going on?
You
And
good?
they're not answering. And they're just telling you, like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And you're like, nah, pues ya está raro ahí.
Yeah.
Hurry up and get over here or whatever.
yeah.
You probably call the police at that point and be
Yeah,
like, hey,
they
they went on
¿sabes qué?
vacation. It's my turn, right?
Yeah, I
My
think they're
time to have
trying
the
to trick
kids.
me here.
So it's this extremely scary situation. Things are going on where
Ooh.
people are panicking. The air's thick, right?
See, the nerves are kicking in.
And so at this point, yeah, pues people are starting to do some investigation. El son, the oldest son, his wife
Yeah.
is also like, nah, doesn't feel right. Starts investigating. The grandma starts investigating. This is how they found where she had moved to because she had bought a ring using Charles's Amazon account. This is after Charles had already been unalive, and it had the address that she
Where she was
where
at now.
That's that apartment where the police showed up. And that's the only reason why the police were able to
go
find
to
her,
the apartment complex in the first place.
because she had bought a ring with Charles's account, which is
Wow.
dark. That's dark, bro.
Dude.
Imagine you use.
No, es
that's
que
dark,
you
dude.
gotta leave them alone completely, ¿me entiendes?
Anyways, and at this point, because of everything that's going on, police are also starting to kind of get a little. Let's start investigating.
Super sussy,
right?
yeah.
It's very sussy, the whole JJ thing.
Yeah.
Because at this point, they're just asking, hey, just cooperate.
Yeah.
Where are the kids?
Yeah.
And she doesn't
It's
want to
super simple.
She doesn't want to say anything. She's not trying to show where the kids are at. Nobody has seen the kids. And so it gets to the point where they start announcing it on national TV, everything that the kids are missing, JJ
Yeah.
and Tyler. Yeah,
Where's
everybody's
JJ?
like in
Where's
full kids are missing mode.
Connected.
We need to investigate. National news, like everybody at
Jesus.
this point is finding out what's going on. This leads to the police checking el cuerpo de la esposa, o sea, the body of the wife del Chad.
Oh, the chat. Yeah.
They
Tammy.
I don't know what they call it. There's a certain word for it where they take her out of
See.
right where she was buried to examine her body to
Mhm.
find out what's going on. And it's looking like it wasn't natural.
Sussy.
You know what I mean? It wasn't looking very natural. At this point, Alex is panicking, the
They
brother,
re-examined.
because he feels like they're gonna set him up. Because the brother's been involved in some stuff, right? He took care of Charles. He's been doing some of the. He's been doing dirty work.
Right.
For them.
Yeah. He's like he's basically their Alfred, but not for good.
Yeah.
But for evil stuff.
And they do kind of have like their own little Justice League because now there's a few people involved. They're getting people married. Por ejemplo, el Alex se casó con una muchacha they're all in the same group, this church group that they made up, right? That's under pretty much the new religion or the new cult that Chad made. Because he's like their god now or whatever. But the crazy part is that Alex actually dies. During all this, Alex actually dies from natural causes.
No,
from a disease that is known to be in his family.
He got a disease, and ahí sí ni modo. Yeah, that was
he just happens to and it probably.
I would have. You know what? If I was I would have left a note behind. Like, shit, I got this disease.
He almost confessed to the person he got married to.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about it, and she testifies that he was telling her like, it's because they're setting me up. They're gonna use me they're gonna I'm the bait.
Right,
they're gonna use me to blame me on everything, and I'm screwed pretty much. And during all this, the family finds out that Lori and Chad actually were married, had gotten married.
No way. At one point they were.
At one point they got married, with the whole Tammy thing, which is Chad's wife. They, because of what they found, they get a warrant to go to Chad's house. They go to his house. They start uncovering some stuff that's starting to look a little suspicious. Yikes. And because of the suspicious of all that, and Lori had an obligation to go present the children at court. Because of everything that's going on, she had to take the kids to court. But because she doesn't,
they summoned her basically.
She had a warrant. So at this point, police go and arrest Lori in Kauai, because that's where she was at with Chad. They bring her over, to find out what's going on. Because at this point, everybody's kind of like, well, like the son is going crazy because like, dude, where's my siblings? What are you doing?
Ya estuvo bueno, mom. Like,
you're arrested here. Where are the kids? She's just like, no, everything is fine. They're in a safe place. Everything is good. Don't worry about it. You guys are making a big thing out of it. Y nada que ver. You guys are completely wrong.
So she just wanted everyone to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Oh, we trust you. At this point, she's in jail. And she has a $1 million bail.
Jesus.
Which obviously couldn't meet.
Right.
So she's in jail. And then what police start doing, because now they're investigating, they're trying to find out what's going on, where the kids are at. They use the cell phone que encontraron de Alex, the brother that had passed away. They used the cell phone to track his movements. The last couple of dates.
Yeah.
And they find out that he had been to Chad's property.
Okay.
And then they tracked that he had been to the back of his property for hours. And so they start investigating. So they get a warrant to go to the property también. Got a warrant to go into his house, so they went. They got all his computers. The analyst obviously went through all his computer stuff, and there was messages saying que Chad told his wife Tammy que he had killed an animal in his backyard.
Okay.
And que he had buried it in the pet cemetery that they had.
Okay.
Y que don't worry about it. I had to do it. Whatever.
Right.
So a police officer was like, "That's a little suspicious, especially within the dates."
Right.
Chad is there with the police going through his property.
Medias que actually showed up and was like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gardening, but I mean, yeah, you guys can go ahead and check it out.
Jeez.
Tries to get away. This guy.
Nah.
Hey, I'm gonna go to Quick Trip real quick. You guys want anything?
No.
Wait, I'll be right back.
Medias que he was like, you know what I hate? When I go to someone's house and they don't offer me nothing. I'll be right back with some stuff for you guys.
I got you guys some snackies. Don't worry about it. Unos Powerades. Se miran cansados.
Sí. You guys can be digging? Let me get you guys some Powerade.
I got you. Takes off, no? But they immediately get him.
Yeah.
Arrest him. Sadly, they found...
We have to say R.I.P.
remains. They found remains, and they... Unfortunately, one was of a child. Right, and the other one was of an older person. Yeah, pues at this point, police confirm with the grandma que the DNA and everything, all the stuff that they do, que sí, that it was the body indeed of Tylee.
Okay.
the daughter,
The older one, no?
the older one,
Mhm.
and JJ,
Jesus
the son.
Christ.
And this is again the backyard
Right.
of Chad. And so at this point, pues obviously, they're being charged. Now they're both in jail and they're going through court.
Jeez.
And then obviously we have the videos of them in court. Como hemos dicho, Lori, si la miras,
Out of it.
transformada, ¿no? Because she was in a beauty pageant. O sea,
Right.
she's not a...
Right. It's not your typical, como el hunty hunter.
Right.
Que lo miras and you're like, oh, damn, this guy
Nah.
looks like a killer.
But hasta, she was in a beauty pageant, so she means she was attractive.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Y smiling.
Nah. It's
Not
your
even
children.
like aguitada, not even like looking down,
Right, because
ashamed.
ashamed, yeah.
Something. Nah. And that's one of the things that Kobe was kind of like,
What's
how
happening here?
he said at that before then, pero he confirmed it. He was like, I knew that wasn't my mom anymore.
That's
And
scary.
and the explanation, because the police found all this evidence, obviously. Yeah, after everything happened, pues obviously they got the warrants to
Yeah.
look through their phones, look through all the social medias, and that's when they uncovered all the text messages that they had gone between them. And in their messages, in the emails, que también de hecho el papá le había mandado, Charles had sent to his son and to everybody,
Right.
there was files of Chad having a list of who he was saying that they were demons, what level of demons, and on the list, Tylee, the daughter, and JJ, the son. So apparently they were unalive because they were demons.
Right, right.
And
They really believe that God told them, these are the ones we need to get rid of.
They were, yeah. So they were claiming that they were doing the work that they had to do, taking care of Z's, as they would call them.
Right. Jeez.
Alex, for some reason, I think he was just also a psychopath or whatever,
just sick in the head.
serial killer. He was also helping take care of Z's,
Right.
as they would call them.
Que duro.
And of course, we're talking. And this one, of course, is a very popular story that a lot of people know about.
Right, very popular.
Of course, her name is Lori Vallow,
Mm.
that everybody knows. She was known as the Doomsday Mom. They were calling her.
Doomsday Mom.
Y it's on Netflix for those who want to go check out that docuseries,
Wow.
Sins of Our Mother, I believe it's called, or Sins of Our Mom, Sins
Mothers,
of Our Mother,
yeah.
one of those. And well, at the end of the day, during when that documentary came out, they only said that she was in court
Right.
going to see what happened. But now, we're in 2025, years have passed, and now we know that she's actually serving several life sentences in prison. So with no parole.
Right, no chance for parole.
No chance for parole. So she's pretty much gonna
She's gonna rot in jail.
And she was blamed, I believe, or she was found guilty for the kids,
Right.
for what happened to the kids. Now Chad, the Rizzler, was found guilty for that and for the wife, también.
Oh, Tammy.
Yeah, for Tammy.
Qué buena.
And they both pretty much got sentenced for their spouses, right?
Right.
Because they were told that Lori también got
Something to do
for
there.
Charles, because she was like a
Conspire.
A conspire.
Yeah.
Chad, she also got convicted, found guilty, and he actually got convicted to the death penalty,
Ooh, let's go.
and is in death row currently,
sitting there.
waiting for business to happen. He's trying to appeal, obviously. Coward. Pero pues the good thing is they both got caught.
Yeah.
They're both paying the price.
Yes.
Which some people would say, especially me included, is not enough.
Correct.
But I mean, how much can you?
Right, because when you compare because they're sitting there, it's not like they're going.
It's
through
almost like
something.
you want to be like, let's go back to medieval time. Let's
Yeah.
get a little torture in
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Let's get a little medieval on their ass.
Yeah.
You
Qué
know?
duro, pues, JJ and Tylee. RIP to you guys. I hope you're resting, and families and friends and all of us who've been touched by this story, because this was here, from Arizona.
These are tough stories, guys. Let's not forget to look for the signals. You know?
Yeah, look for the
Or
signals.
talk to people. I know sometimes it's just a matter of, hey, dude, you good? Something looks a
and
little off.
and you too, guys, right? If you are like, this doesn't seem normal, say something. It might not be. Hey, does this happen? Is this normal? Oh, it's not like normal, but it's nothing big. Oh, okay. Hey, does this happen? Oh, shoot, no, that's not supposed to be happening, right? Get yourself some help. Let's try to avoid this endings, okay? This is the Relentless Trauma podcast, where we try to let you guys know trauma doesn't have to end like this, guys. You don't have to feel like, no, I had a heart when I was a kid, so that's why I go like, nah. Let's cure, let's heal, let's move forward, guys. And yeah, unfortunately today's podcast a little sad, a little crazy, but like Sam said, important too. Look for the signs, guys. Look for the signs.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for those who stuck around. We appreciate you. Please leave a comment how you felt about it, if you liked it, if you liked these type of
content.
If you watch any of those docuseries or anything like that. Don't forget to also share, like, subscribe. Again, we're lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays at around 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or whatever that's called. Not really sure.
Yeah.
And anything else, Aaron, Jay? Anything else you want to say to our public?
I feel good. We'll see you guys Tuesday. See you guys on Thursday. Enjoy this pod. Like Sam said, let us know if this is something you like.
Here's the email. Don't forget to send us any ideas or comments or anything in general. We love you guys. We hope this didn't bring down your day. We hope that it was just
some information, guys.
But we love you guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Stay traumatized.